So many things to click on, man. It's easier just to throw the whole thing against the wall.
Welcome back to Andertons TV.
Please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, all the links are below. If you want to use the timestamps, then you can use the timestamps and then you can go ahead in the video. If you don't want to watch this video, go and watch something else.
Brilliant.
I don't care.
Okay, we're talking about the Valeton GP-150 and the 180 today. Very much an extension of the GP family. GP5.
GP5?
Do you remember this came out at NAMM 2025, didn't it? And blew our minds.
And kind
of came out. It started shipping sort of summer of last year. Sold thousands of these. This is 60 quid, right? It's got a lot of the stuff that's in these
Bang for your buck,
in
baby.
here. Go watch the video on that if you like.
Bye young.
Then a couple of months after that, GP50 came out. The main difference between this and this was that GP50 had a rechargeable battery in it. It had a looper in it, and it obviously has the two switches, so you can do a little bit more than you can with one switch.
Has it got in and out stereo in and out as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, this I think was stereo, but on a TRS. But anyway, this was about £100. Sold thousands of these as well.
Pounds, man.
Crazy, right?
Hang on, let me just do something because...
That's true. We've just had these on charge this morning.
Battery!
150 and 180 came out at NAMM 2026. They've recently arrived in the stores, so we're selling these now. These are about £150. I don't think price is a big consideration here. They're pretty much both the same price. So what we're really showing you here are two identical units in terms of what the software and the tones will do. This one here is a little bit easier to edit without having to use the app, because you've got these sort of quick access buttons that take you straight to the effects that are in it, and it has the extra foot switch you can assign to do different things. We'll talk about that in a minute. Or you can have the one with the built-in expression pedals, so you can do wah or volume, whammy, things like that.
Whammy!
But you lose, obviously, these buttons, and so therefore you're a little bit more reliant on the app for editing. But you choose. The ultimate one is actually to buy the GP-180 and then buy a little expression pedal and link it, because you can plug an expression in here, so you could kind of have that. Slightly confusing within the Valeton range at the moment is the GP200, which you would sort of think from the way the model numbers are done would be the next one up, is actually the oldest one in the family. So although the GP200 does, in terms of foot switches and expression pedals and all that kind of stuff, have the most stuff, it's actually, from a software point of view, the oldest of the four.
Right.
And doesn't as yet, and I don't know how, if they'll even ever get around to this, doesn't as yet have the kind of editor that we're using for these
the Valeton Suite.
What you heard in that opening clip was a preset that Pete and I had put together before we started rolling, playing along to the drum machine that's built into these, using the looper that's built into these.
Using the drums that are built into these, using one of these D'Angelico guitars that are also on a sale at the moment, so that will be a link below, and this is a glorious guitar.
Yeah, in fact, why not? Let's do some blatant sales and marketing. On screen now are some pictures of D'Angelico guitar, all the big discounts that you can find if you follow the links below.
These guitars are great, man, and great prices.
Right, let's get back to our presets. So, before we get into editing, because I know you guys like the playing, Pete and I made 5 patches very quickly before we came in, just to sort of show off sounds that we like. So this is, everything you're hearing is, guitar goes into here, these two cables go straight to our interface. So we've got amp modeling, speaker emulation, everything happening with here. You absolutely could, if you wanted to, just take a single cable out of there, plug it into your guitar amplifier. If you've got a power amp in, you might decide you want to use the amp emulation on here. If you're just plugging into the front of your guitar amplifier, you might decide to switch the amp emulation off from
on FR cab, can you do that?
Yeah.
You could do that as well. It's got headphones in and out as well, right?
Okay, patch number 2. Patch number 3. This is ambient,
fuzz.
and then if you want to, you can press this button and it'll kick in a fuzz sound as well. I thought we had Stanley Jordan in the house there, where it all started to go.
What was that?
Number 4, there's an acoustic simulator in here.
I feel like it needs to sing a song, you know.
Don't sing that.
There's so much in these things these days, isn't there?
We
got a little...
Okay, so I set this one up so that if you press the green button, this wah-wah works, and if you press the red button, an auto wah works.
Yeah. Can you wah for me, please?
Yes.
That's clever with these things that you can turn them on and off.
You could actually have them both on. You could bet that would be a weird sound.
An auto wah 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 wah.
And then finally, in fact, I did this for a drop tuning, but let's show you the tuner. That's how you can. This is a great little tuner built in. I like the visual display. And again, just to remind you, as Pete is tuning, everything you can do on this, you could do on this. It is just simply you have to buy the expression pedal as an optional extra if you wanted it.
No noise gate on that one.
There is a noise gate. Yeah,
it was set low.
So look, let's get into what the app looks like. I think this is certainly my opinion and probably the wider sort of Andertons opinion. For us, Valeton just is the king of the affordable multi-effects thing. Whether you're down at the sort of 60 quid for one of these, or you spend up to, I think the GP-200 is 250. As I said before, these are both around the 150 mark. I think they're untouched by, like, yes, there are alternatives from lots of other brands, but genuinely, I think Valeton just win that part of the market. Anyway, this is the screen that you see. Essentially, across the top here, I've got lots of different presets. These first few on here, anything that has the word Dane or Danish in it are the ones that we're messing around with. After that, it's just all the standard presets that are in it. So you can scroll up and down through here, and you can press one to load it. Mayer's Overdrive, we haven't even heard that yet.
Let's go.
Let's go a quick one then.
It is kind of, it's got that kind of nasally...
Bit too much. Or you can elect to just use these left and right cursors here. The main screen that you're looking at is a signal path, right?
Right.
starting with the NR, which is the noise reduction pedal, going through the preamp section, which actually preamp has tons of different effects in it, various compressors, boosts, and then some slightly weirder stuff like pitch bending and ring modulation and the acoustic simulation. Wah-wah is a wah-wah, funnily enough. Distortion has tons and tons of distortions in it, as you can see, including, by the way, this will also work for bass guitar. It's got bass effects and bass amp stuff in it.
Right.
N into S is, I don't know why Valeton have decided to do this. Everybody is, or more and more people are becoming familiar with, a thing called a neural amp model, a NAM thing, which nothing to do with neural DSP, but it's like a separate but free to use piece of software that will capture amps and pedals and cabs and all that kind of stuff. Valeton have developed a feature called Snaptone. And essentially what happens is you take a neural profile that you can, like I say, there's thousands and millions of them on the internet. There are quite a few just built in here.
Tone3000 is a great place to get that.
What Pete said. And then as you import it into your Valeton device, it converts it into what Valeton call a snaptone.
Yeah.
I don't know why that conversion has to take place, but what you do is you is it do with DSP processing power?
It's something like that.
But essentially, your NAM profile becomes a snaptone. It's the same thing, and then you can make your amp sound like that.
Snip, snap, snoo.
The orange one, or the yellow one that says amp, is conventional amp modeling. So these are where the sort of the Valeton R&D team have sat and tried to digitally recreate amps. Cabs, same thing, but for cabinets. I think I'm right in saying, let's go right to the bottom. Oh no, I tell a lie. Okay, so they've upgraded these. On the smaller ones here, as soon as you put a snaptone in, there's not enough processing power to load in an IR as well. So the only snaptones you could use on the smaller ones were the ones captured with an amp and a cab. Now on here, the two blocks are separate so that you can have an IR and a snaptone if you want to.
It's got a bigger, newer processor in there.
EQ
like a Snapdragon.
Is EQ, modulation is modulation, so all of your wobbly effects. Delays, I'm just going to rattle through these now. Reverbs, and a volume pedal. So, as you can see, these are tons and tons of stuff in it. If I go back to the amp, for example, you can see gain, volume, bass, middle, treble, etc. And it is, if you want to change something, drag your finger up and down it, and it changes. Super, super easy. That's the same for, whatever block you're on. Over here within patch settings, this is, again, I do love how simple Valeton make this. I'm using this in what's called Stomp mode, which actually, if I go to settings here, I can show you somewhere, if I can remember where I found it. Here we go. So patch mode means now these two controls will go up and down through the patches. Stomp mode, which I think is probably more useful, means you can elect per patch what do the foot switches do. So you can now see on this one, I've elected that foot switch A does the distortion, foot switch B does the delay, and I can actually assign multiple. So I could have foot switch A do 3 different effects and foot switch B do 3 different effects. You can assign what the expression pedal does as well, and you can assign what these 3 knobs do.
Are they knobs? I mean, like click knobs?
These three knobs are, I must admit that it is possible, it is entirely possible to edit everything that I can do on the phone on the screen here. But it's a very small screen with only 3 parameters available at any one time. So you're doing quite a lot of scrolling through different screens to get to what you want. I wouldn't, if you are particularly averse to using a phone or a tablet to mess around, it's full Bluetooth, so you're completely wireless. If you just don't like that, I'm not sure. You probably just need to stick with conventional pedals, right? It's very much now.
But you don't even have to bend down to do all that stuff. You can sit on the floor and you can do it from your phone.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's that. You heard some drums. I think the drums in here sound pretty decent. You've got various genres of drum sound as well as just plain old metronomes. And then, we had, was that pop number 7 we had, didn't we? And then you can adjust the tempo from here, or you can tap it in. Stop.
It's kind of regimented, isn't it? There's not much feeling in it.
Yeah,
but that's, that is what it is.
It's less of a groove, isn't it? It's more of a like a syncopated thing. You can adjust the volume, all that kind of stuff. Bizarrely, the tuner page is in the drum section for some reason, but hey, I think we're actually getting quite close to the end here. So some of the things I've always liked about Valeton stuff is what you can do in the global settings here, including adding a global EQ. This is switched off at the moment, but you can see Pete and I were playing around with, you know, with the global EQ at the beginning, well, before we started this, sorry. You've got all your MIDI settings. You've got a great little feature called Auto Cab Match, which means any amp that you elect to pick will pick an appropriate cab for it. Auto save, that's a new feature. I haven't seen that before. So that's something that has annoyed me in the past, is that you save something and then you create something, go to the next patch and forget to save it, and then it's lost. But you
great.
can elect to just have auto save.
Always great.
Look, I mean, that's basically it. I was going to refer to this, but I kind of feel like it's probably easier if you just go and read it. There is an article on our website in the blog section that tries to compare the spec of the GP-150, 150, 180 and 200. So it gets right into the weeds of, you know, sample rates and signal to noise ratios and analog to digital converters. But so if you want that heavy detail of spec between them, go and read that.
You know what? But it sounds great, man. This is I could play this tone all day. And can I also say this guitar actually is $499 down from $750, so it's 250 quid off these guitars at the moment. That is an epic deal and a half, Lee.
That's a monster deal.
It's a monster deal. And there's lots of different colours and all sorts of things. Just got a website and links below.
I vaguely remember there might be, anyway.
There's a blue one, I mean, so I'm just looking at it. There's a blue one, there is a blue one, all sorts of colours. Just go and look at the website, it's much easier.
What else could we do? We demonstrated the looper at the beginning, right?
We've done it all.
Looper, you just hold these two buttons down.
Yeah.
It loads the looper up. You've got full record, overdub, delete, undo, all that kind of stuff. You can adjust the record volume and the play volume.
Whether you want it, where you want it, loop in the chain. It's all there.
I think the only thing we haven't done, Mr. Pete, is demonstrate the Bluetooth jam along feature. So I'm going to find a track now on my phone for you. You can choose a sound that you like from there.
This is fine for me, man.
We'll jam out. Right, well, that's it then. So I've found a song on Apple Music. We're, you know, like I say, completely wireless. We're streaming the Bluetooth to here. It's mixing the audio. Pete's going to jam along over the top. Honestly, I think these are great. So links are below. Choose the one that you think suits you best. Yeah. And enjoy. Here we go.
Jam track as well. You can get all those.
These are all on Andertons TV if you search Spotify or Apple Music.
Anyway, you stream your music.